Welcome to my show, Eat This with Mel, where the name sounds nasty, but it tastes so good. So, today I am going to make a meal that is actually from another YouTuber, another chef actually. He's British. And that's where I got this recipe from. And I tweaked it a little bit, but I really like the recipe. It tastes fantastic. So without any further ado, let's get started. So right here I have a whole chicken. Let's start over here on this side. I have a whole chicken. I gave him a bath because I just believe you should do that. And I kind of messed up his skin, but don't worry about that because when he goes into this hot thing here, let me cut this down. This is what I am using is a Dutch oven. And when he goes into this Dutch oven, he's probably gonna break all up anyway. I collapsed his chest down so he could lay a little flatter. So let's move on. Here I have parsley, a half an onion chopped, garlic, 2 bay leaves, those are fresh, thyme, or rosemary and thyme. I have 2 whole lemons because I'm going to use the juice of 2 whole lemons with the milk, and mashed potatoes. That's what I'm going to do with these. And this is going to go inside the chicken, and so is a celery, along with a few other things. So I'm going to show you how we're going to get started. Now, you want to take this. Let me get a glove. Be right back. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to cross-contaminate nothing. So, because I got to touch other stuff. So if you got a glove, put you on a glove, because I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing nastier than have to wash your hands every time you grab something. I'm going to start, and this is just regular old canola oil. So we ain't dripping everywhere. That's regular old canola oil. You want to make sure your chicken is nice and dry and as dry as possible, so you don't start no grease fire. But we're gonna lay this bird in, breast down. Then you're gonna let it brown up in there. Now right here in this particular container, I have a little bit of paprika, some garlic powder, some onion powder. I've got black pepper, a little bit of table blend Mrs. Dash, and some Italian seasoning. And that's what I want to put on it. You can put whatever you want to put on it, but there's no salt in there, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we're not going to salt until after the chicken is brown, after we pull it out or flip it over. And I'm using a Dutch oven. Whatever you use what you can use to go straight from here to the oven, because you don't want to have to move the whole chicken, and that's why I chose to use that in the Dutch oven. So let's get that brown, and when that's all browned up, we'll come right back. And I'm back, everybody, like a 5 heartbeat. Stand up! No, okay, I'm just playing. So, the chicken is as brown as I think I'm gonna have it because I don't want my breasts too dry. If you can turn over here, Mark, to the Dutch oven so I can show them. If you can see, just kind of enough to give it a light braise, right? So, since it's not all the way done anyway, this is what I'm going to do, because I have, ooh, that's hot. God, diggity dog. Hold on. Well, let's just do it how my grandma used to do it. And, oh, Lord Jesus. Ain't nobody grandma used to get burnt. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Here. Shoot. Oh, pull that out. Put that back. Because at this point, I'm going to go ahead and cut that down because that's as much as I want. Look at the little wings. Okay. So, at this point, this is what I want to do. I have chopped off the head of the parsley. And the reason why I chopped it off is because this I'm going to use down in the milk, some of it anyway. But this I want to stuff inside the bird. And you definitely want to use as much thyme and parsley and herbs as you can, because I'm going to tell you it's going to make all the difference when you're doing this. So I got the thyme and the parsley and the rosemary together. I got both of the bay leaves. right here. And since I didn't wash that asparagus off, I'm going to use a rubber band in it from the top. Because I gotta wash that anyway. And I'm going to just put all this in a bunch so that it all slides out peacefully. Some of it might get left behind, but that way I don't have to worry about, you know, doing too much. And you know what? Okay, I have 2 dogs, Petey and Luna, and they just damn disruptive sometimes. So we're just going to take this and we're going to shove that up in there. And it don't matter, I'm going to wash my hands anyway again. Because that's what you do when you handle meat. So we're going to shove that up in there. And then we got lemons. So we're going to get as much, we're going to stick as much as we can up in this old bird. And then we got another half a lemon. We're going to shove that on the other side of the breast up in this old bird, y'all. We're going to get as much as we can in this old bird. Okay, now we have chopped onion, but I have a whole onion here. Stay with me. Can you see me? Because I've been drinking. We all been drinking. That's what we do, honey. And if there's any topics you all want to talk about that's going on in the world, like the war that we about to have, or R. Kelly, we can talk about that. But because as you can see, turn over here. We sipping. Red wine and vodka, and he's drinking some moonshine shit. So anyway, we got onions. I cut them a little smaller, shove them on up in there. I mean, honey, you want to stuff this chicken with all that you can get in there. I got my oven on. Do I got my oven on? Well, that's some bullshit. Hold on. We'll cut it on bake and start.
I'm off on 4 minutes.
Huh?
I'm off on 4 minutes.
Do what? Say what you got to say. 4 minutes for what? Okay, that's fine. Because something's going to be edited out or nothing at all. So we're going to stick as much onion as we can in there until it's just ain't nowhere to stick nothing no more. Ooh, which ain't nowhere to stick nothing. That's fine. And then we got garlic cloves. Now, let's go in from the top with those. That's a good thing about shit being busted and broken. Because you can just stuff those into the top. Look at that. There, just like that. Shove a couple of them in there. If you can shove anything else. Oh, just keep on shoving. Because at the end result, no matter what it looks like, it's going to taste good. Okay? So let me wash my hands and I'll be right back. And I'm back, y'all. So now that we have the bird completely stuffed and we have everything that we want to put in there, and you know what? This is one of those meals that the base of it is milk. It's milk and chicken. So the base of it is milk and chicken. You should absolutely season to your own discretion, whatever it is that you like. But for me, because that's what I'm doing. I don't know what that British man was doing because I tried his recipe, and not that it wasn't good, it was just very under-seasoned. But it doesn't stop me from watching his videos because I have turned that into my own masterpiece. So let's look at the chicken and see where we're at. So we have the chicken stuff, and what I'm using is coarse sea salt. What is it? Iodized sea salt, because you can't live without iodized salt. And you want this generously seasoned. You want to generously put salt on here, because while you may think too much salt is a lot of salt, you have a lot of crevice to penetrate when you're doing a chicken. Now, I don't do the back of the chicken as much, but I will, because I'm going to have to wash my hands again anyway. But I will do the back, because sometimes I be eating the back of the thigh, the ass, the leg. I mean, I eat the whole chicken from the rooter to the tutor, honey. So there we have that. Let's sprinkle a little more. Now, I do use Himalayan salt, but for something like this, when we get to talking about meat and stuff, you know, I just like a well-seasoned chicken. Now, we're going to stop there, and we're going to come in with that seasoned mix that I use. And again, I have paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and black pepper, and a little bit of the table blend of Mrs. Dash. But like I said, you can use whatever seasonings you want, because after all, honey, this is your chicken. Your family got to eat it. Your people got to eat it. So you make it to the best of your ability. And yes, sir, I'm using every bit of it. Front and back, side to side, honey. All of it. All of it. Just kind of give that a nice push in. We don't want to miss no spots. We don't want to miss nothing. We go, oops. Okay, well, stuff it back in there. Everybody ain't going to make it, honey. So stuff it back in there. And if you want to use a rope or something to close in all this stuff, you can do that too. Because the way I figure it, we got to tear it apart anyway. So it doesn't even matter. But just make sure you just really season it really, really well, because that's going to be the difference in your stuff tasting good, honey, and meaning it. Also, I'm going to do a gravy with this when I'm done. And now we're going to take the chicken. We're going to put it back in here into the Dutch oven. We're going to place it on its back. And from there, I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'll be back. I'm back, and I'm about to put this in the oven. So before we put this in the oven, let me just say that we have lemons here. So we definitely want to put the juice of both these lemons, not the, you don't want to put the whole brine, simply because, let me get my lemon squeezer. Simply because you don't want to put not the brine, but you don't want to put the whole peel, because remember, your chicken is already stuffed with lime or with lemon. And so the further problem that you're dealing with is when you stuff it all, you stuffed it and then you got more peel sitting in here. So you don't want your chicken bitter. And that's exactly what's going to happen if, ooh, Lord, Lord, Lord. That's exactly what's going to, ooh, well, shoot. That's exactly what's going to end up happening if you put everything in here. You can't put these in here. So you want to make sure those are out. And just the juice of 2 limes. There we go. Or lemons. Well, lemons, limes, citrus, whatever the fuck they prefer. Excuse me. Sorry. Whatever they prefer. And there's the juice of 2 lemons. And then, this is where the magic happens. I have 6 cups of milk, maybe 4. But you want to put this in here. And the lemons, not so much the heat, but the lemons is what's going to curdle this milk. Mark, come over here and show them what they're looking at. Come on over here. Well, if you were up on the table, you just have to move it. But since that's my husband Mark, y'all, and he likes things the hard way. Okay. Did you get our nasty stove?
No.
No? Because, see, had you left it up there, we wouldn't have to worry about that. So, look. Yeah, we'll clean our stove in a minute. But this is what it is. Okay, so you see all the goodies from the seasonings and from the browning process from the bottom. And when you put that milk in, it's all going to deglaze. And when you put it in the oven, it's all going to just bring all, is that a lemon? Let me get that lemon seed out of there. It's going to bring all that together, and it's going to taste so good. And remember that onion we chopped up. You want to put that onion in there as well. Because when it comes time to make that gravy, you want those onions to be soft. You don't want to put that in at the last minute and then it's tasting all funny and crunchy. And so you just put those in there and put as much as you want to put in there. And then let's even go as far as to, because we forgot the celery and we must have celery sticks. So let's just tuck those in there because our poor little bird is full. And that just gives it a nice bright finish. And then we got parsley. Mark. People see parsley. And you don't want to use too much parsley because parsley is fragrant. And parsley is a fragrant thing. So too much parsley, it will overwhelm your dish. So let's just put a little bit in there. Just a little bit, because you remember you stuffed the chicken a little bit. Well, let's just sprinkle hell. Bang. Emerald Lagasse. Boom. Okay. Okay. So you want this lidded. So if you have a lidded pot, ooh, please use a lidded pot. Dutch oven is the best. We're going to put this in the oven. I have my oven set at 350 for approximately about an hour and a half. Remember, this is par cooked. So before we put it in the oven, we cooked it in here. Once we get it in the oven, it shouldn't take long. The milk should make it tender, and it's going to make a wonderful gravy in the end. So stay with me, and we'll be right back. And I am back, y'all, with a completed meal of chicken and milk. Now, before I make my husband a plate, because I know he's hungry, he's been working all day, I just want to go over it with y'all exactly what I did, because I cut some corners. So my last couple of videos were kind of long, so I want to kind of tie this up. So this is the chicken. You'll be excited to see this. This is the chicken. Doesn't it just look beautiful and soft and tender and delicious and fall off the bone? And I tell you what, I left it every bit of an hour and a half. And when I was done, I made this gravy over here. And I just took the drippings off of what was in there. I made a cornstarch slurry. I seasoned it a little extra, but not much, because that's what he likes. And I made some asparagus spears, and also in my cast iron skillet, because cast iron is all I use. Now let's come over here to the potatoes, because I need y'all to know what potatoes I use to give that nice buttery consistency. Okay, I use Yukon Gold and I use Baby Reds. And I mix it both, because I tell you, Yukon Gold is beautiful because they have a nice buttery consistency anyway. And they're baby golds. And if you're trying to cut corners on the butter without knowing it, that's what you use right here. Also, to mix them up, I use about a quarter of a cup of cream and a half a cup of milk. And you know how to make mashed potatoes. I'm not going to get into all that with you. Season it with some salt and pepper, how you do it. And what I did too, in my gravy, and I did it on in my potatoes, I got some nice aged Parmesan. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Nice aged Parmesan. And I just sprinkled some in because ain't nothing better. So we're going to go ahead and cut a plate. Cut the chicken and make him a plate and see how he likes it. And you just give an honest reaction. If it's something that could be done better, I'm okay with that. I'll be right back. You ain't got to cut it yet. Let me just make your plate. I feel like I got to give them the 911 all the way down to the plates we use. Okay? All right. So we're going to hurry up. Let's move that over. And cut you some meat here. Let me have a fork out of the bowl. All right. Now I did make a cornstarch slurry gravy. That's all I ever really use because flour is just so heavy. The body of the flour is just so heavy all the time. Look at that. Okay. Is that? Yeah, that's done. Look, I'm like, is that done? Because we used to dry meat. We want some dry meat. We want to make sure that shit done. They got to be dry and off the bone, but it's done. So let's, you know, that bothers me a little bit. I don't really care. Oh, Lord, this ain't no Christmas ham. Let me tell you that. Okay. Do you have to cut? Okay, so here we go, the finished product. And baked milk and chicken with asparagus spears and Parmesan mashed potatoes. Here's your fork and knife if you want to try it. And just be honest, Mark. I mean, if there's something about it that you don't like, I can accept it. Please don't do your dirty little thumbs up, your little hard working thumbs up, because your thumbs is ugly.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Is it?
That is.
Are you going to taste anything else but the chicken, or? I'm just curious, all of them together. You know, black folks take a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Are those done good? And there you have it, people. Milk and chicken gravy with asparagus spears and lemon and thyme and all that good stuff in between. Can I taste it? Mmm. Oh, I got to go, y'all. We got to eat. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment or subscribe, and let me know what you want. Let me know if it's something that I could do for you. If you got any questions, feel free to ask, and turn it on me real quick. I just wanted to say that no, this is not a jihad. I'm not Muslim. I'm nothing wrong with it, but that's the one thing I wanted to say before I sneezed all over my husband's food. Have a great day, y'all, and I'll be back with another video.